Hi everyone, it's Theresa here at Theresa Holistic Tarot, and I'm going to do the weekly reading for each sign. So let's get started. To Angel Spirits Guides, we will start the weekly readings with Aries. What did Aries have to pay attention to this week? What can you tell them that would stand them in good stead? So cards for Aries, please. Okay. We have the Chariot. Beautiful. Seven of Swords. And the Hanging Man. We have the Lovers. We have the Magician. Four of Pentacles. That's actually really quite powerful. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 out of 6 cards are major arcana. So this is quite a powerful reading. So what they're saying here is the Chariot. So you need to know that you're on the route to success. Whatever you're doing is right. Keep it going. You're doing well, and you will see it pay off. It's coming together. Now, it does indicate that there may be obstacles, but it will come right, because this is very much a card of public recognition. So you may be acknowledged for something. And in fact, if anything, I would say, Aries, be careful. The Seven of Swords can be when somebody's being a little bit duplicitous. It can be in a relation, it can be in a personal relationship, but it often can be a work relationship when somebody is pinching your ideas, taking credit for your work, and you may have to be alert. Obviously, I can see success beside it, so I think you'll come out on top. But you need to be aware that somebody could be just not being truthful, not being straight with you. And just be aware of that. Now we have the Hanging Man. So the Hanging Man is saying you may have to change your perception on something, look at something from a different angle. So don't get too stuck, don't get too rigid in your thinking, because he's saying when he shows, it's about, you could be in a mindset, and you could be in a mindset about a person, you could be in a mindset about money, you could be, so challenge your thinking occasionally, try not to get too stuck. Now we have the Lovers here. So the Lovers, and we have success above it. So there is success in a relationship. Now this can be a new relationship that's coming in for you, Aries, or it can be an existing relationship where you're going to see a consolidation, you're going to see more of a commitment, you may maybe see an energetic turn. It's just a lovely, lovely energy. So definitely success in a relationship. It can be a partnership as well, like a working partnership. So you could actually have an idea, or you may be working with somebody, and the two of you working together, you just really pull it off. You hit it off, you pull it off. We've got the Magician. The Magician would indicate you're really getting your ideas. But as I say, be careful, he's not stealing your ideas. But he would be saying, get your ideas on out of your head. Start, even write them down. Start thinking about it, because he's the manifester. So whatever you want, is you could be beginning to really make happen. But you need clarity. You need to get it clear first and foremost. So get out of your head and be careful with this. Make sure this person's not stealing your ideas. So you don't have to share your ideas with everyone. You can. I'm surprised we haven't seen the High Priestess here, but he'd be saying, but make it happen. Really make it. You don't have to share it, but make it happen. Four of Pentacles. So sometimes this card can be a little bit stingy. I don't view it like that personally. I always think this is the card that urges caution. So you may be counting the pennies after Christmas, but it's also about long-term thinking. So you may be this week. Now this is not all maybe going to take place within this 1 week, but the seeds will be sown this week. Your thinking may start to actually begin the manifestation process this week. The talk of a partnership, or you beginning to realize that you're throwing ideas around with somebody, could be happening this week. But the start could be this week. So you've got some really cracking cards. Four of Pentacles, as I say, long-term thinking, long-term planning. You may have to think about pensions, savings, mortgages. So really, really, really solid, good cards for you there, Aries, moving ahead. Now I'm going to pull a soul card just to see what could be an obstacle or what you may have to pay attention to at a soul level. So angels, spirits, guides, what do Aries have to think about for the coming week? What can they either stand them in good stead or hold them back? Worry. Oh, the scourge of everyone's life. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. You have all this good stuff going on. You have success. You have a new partnership or an existing partnership. It's going to come alive. You're going to see results. That you've got the manifestation card upright. So your dreams is going to be beginning to manifest. So worry. That would stop that wonderful energy from coming in soon. It could slow that whole process right down. And this is why you've probably got the Hanging Man. This is about a reality check. This is about actually saying, right, let me really get a handle on this. Are these fears and worry, because worry is diluted fear, are they justified? Am I allowing myself to run away? The Seven of Swords is also the stealer of someone's peace of mind as well. So what are you worried about that could be making you lose sleep? And that is where you need to have a sit down with yourself and really get straight, run it past someone, get a more objective view on something, and pay attention. Okay, Aries, so until next week, I hope that stands you in good stead. Okay, so I'm just going to move on now to Taurus. So angel, spirits, guides. Cards for Taurus, please. So what guidance do you have for Taurus for the coming week? Oh, I feel like Queen of Pentacles, great card. And the King of Pentacles, so a great partnership here. Something coming together, and the Emperor. Wow, something's really going to solidify. Two of Wands. Knight of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. Really interesting cards. Now, I'm going to start slightly reverse. The Ten of Wands indicates an ending. All tens indicate an ending, but I always believe truly the endings are new beginnings. It's our opportunities. But something has become a burden. Now, wands are traditionally to do with our jobs, our career. They can be about passion, but he doesn't exactly. He looks exhausted, so I don't think he's stumbling under the realms of passion there. I think his job or something like that is getting him down. So Taurus, some aspect of your job, or but they're also indicating that that security is coming in, and you're going to be very grounded. These are earth energies. So I mean, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Although this is, so you could be. The reason I'm mentioning that is because somebody around you could be one of those other signs that could be helping ground you. But this is a very solid energy to have the Queen and the King. This is about money or job or finances, or I'm saying money and finances, my home, my relationships, my friendships, my health. So really something coming to fruition. And the Emperor, he's the boss of all the kings. So we're dealing with somebody who's very senior here. Could be the CEO of the company, or somebody that is going to put something in place. So you'll be striving for stability, for possibly for recognition, and you have a decision to take. The Two of Wands here, fork in the road time. So what is my next step here? But the payoff feels very, very good. So the Emperor could be seeing the potential in you, Taureans, and say, right, let's be offering something to this person here. Now, the Knight of Swords can indicate an offer, but also he can be a little bit reckless. So somebody might be encouraging you to let's go, go, go. So air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But so somebody with that sign may be saying, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's move. Let's do something. You need to follow your heart here. You need to follow your own gut. You need to listen to your own thinking. This is very much, these cards are so good. There's something coming together, something that's going to be very stable. And it can be the seeds of it happening this week. It might not all happen this week, but the seeds will be sown this week. But this is the very interesting one for me. It's as if somebody is seeing you and gives you an opportunity, and you have to take a decision. Now, as I said, so we've got endings, we've got new beginnings, potential. It's all going to be very, very, very solid. And I love the fact we've got the King and the Queen, because it feels like a partnership. So no matter what this person's saying to you, you don't have to just rush on in there and just and listen to somebody else's advice. So just know, you Taurians, that something is going to come right and pay off, but it has to be done properly. The I's have to be dotted, the T's have to be crossed. He represents legality, establishment. So you may be dealing with some very official bodies or institutions. Maybe you'll have a contact this week, because it will involve a decision. And this decision is, if you take the right decision, oh sorry, not these cards. It feels like whatever decision you take is going to pay off, having the Queen and King. So just know that something's going to come right. Now, I'm going to pull a soul card. So, angels, spirits, guides, what do Taurians have to think about, pay attention to, or give a little bit of consideration to this coming week, which is from Sunday the 9th. Okay. Forgiveness. Okay. So the actual saying on the card is, I acknowledge that harbouring resentment blocks the flow of love. Let me tell you, it doesn't just block the flow of love, it blocks the flow of manifestation. So don't harbour any bad feelings towards anyone this week, because this energy is really strong, it's really powerful, and you want it manifested as soon as possible, and not be slowed down with a negative energy like resentment, bitterness, anger, jealousy, envy, anything like that, just negative. So if you catch yourself going into some negative emotion, just say stop. Not only is it anti-love, and we hopefully would like to consider ourselves as loving, considerate human beings, but we don't want to block this energy flow. It's too big, it's too good, and I really like it. So something important could be the seeds of something important this week for you guys, Taurus, but also an ending. Something's coming to an end. You're going to put a burden down. And there's also acknowledgement here, because I'm feeling very much the energy of the moon in this card, and I don't always, but it's about moving out of shadow into light. So you recognizing something that isn't working, or you recognizing in yourself that I'm just not happy, or so there's recognition. And that recognition of something you may have buried. So you may be trying to manage something, and you might actually acknowledge in the end, I can't do it. I cannot keep doing it. And that's okay. Forgive yourself as well. You're not perfect, none of us are, and you need to be kind to yourself. So I hope that makes some sense to you, and I will see you hopefully next week, Taurus. Now we're going to do Gemini. Excuse me, I'm having a coughing fit. Okay, clear the energy. Angels, spirits, guides, can I have some weekly guidance, please, for Gemini? So let's have some cards for Gemini. What do Gemini need to take on board for this coming week? Okay. Six of Cups. Six of Wands. Interesting. And Seven of Wands. King of Wands. King of Swords. Oh, big energies here. And Page of Pentacles. Right. So I'm going to start here with the Six of Cups. That's a card of nostalgia. And you could be looking back, you could be thinking, remembering other times, or you could be remembering growing up. But it can also be somebody getting in touch with you that is basically a blast from the past. And so expect a little bit the unexpected this week. Six of Wands as well, really good. And I'm loving this because the Six of Wands is public recognition, it's success. The Page of Pentacles can be that offer of more learning, and more learning in a career sense, that that you do a module and an extra course, some sort of learning that ticks the boxes for you, that allows you to do something that you really want to do, because it will pay off. So if you get any learning opportunity coming that stands up, the beginning of it this week, then grab it. Now we've got the Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands is saying stand your ground. So whatever injustice you feel you're perceiving this week, or if you believe in something, you don't like what's going down, you really have to stand up and be counted and stay true to yourself. So it can sometimes mean fighting for the underdog as well, and but not that I'm urging you to be fighting. Right, we'll see. King of Wands and the King of Swords. Now, both of them showing in your cards this week. So, although this is a reading for Gemini, the King of Wands is a Sagittarian, can represent Sagittarius as well. So this could be a person with a Sagittarian. And the King of Wands, well, he's an air energy, King of Swords. So he will be Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. So just watch out for those sort of different star signs maybe popping into your world this week. But the actual attributes of these kings are, he is very determined, the King of Wands. He's very charming, he gets his own way, and he can persuade people into doing things with his, but he's very driven. King of Swords is about honesty, integrity, telling your truth, and really taking incisive action. So it's about knowing what's driving you, what you're standing up for here, what's driving you. Learning, where is it what path do you want to actually take in your career, and pursuing it, and standing up and being counted, and going to HR and saying, I'd like to be considered for this course, or I'd like to do something. But very much learning is a part of your career path, and having to maybe stand up and fight for it. So you may hear of, now this won't all transpire this week, just pay attention to the energies and the signs which are around you, and the attributes of these kings which you may need to call upon in the coming week. So to gain success, you need to stand your ground. You also need to be prepared to do some learning, but you need to know that learning will pay off. But you need to take action, and you need drive. You need to be passionate about something. So it's all about action taking, but well thought out, logical and emotional. The only emotional card you've got here is the Six of Cups, and that can be that blast from the past. That can be that ex that might turn up, or the friend that you haven't heard from in donkey's years, beginning to, just, well, pop up out the blue. So very much your cards for the week, Gemini, is about taking action. Now I'm going to, so logic, rational, using your charm, maybe having to sweet talk somebody and getting people on side, and that's fine, but really standing up and being counted, you know, and being counted. And you will see it pay off. You will get public recognition, so you'll get something really good out of it. Okay, I'm going to do a soul card. I'm going to pull a soul card for you and see what you maybe need to consider, what could possibly be an obstacle, or what you might have to pay attention to this coming week. Right, we have indecision. Well, it actually says here, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Now, your cards here are all about action, about really, really taking action. Indecision, you're weak, and the energy of these cards doesn't have time for that. So this is saying that this could be your obstacle, about hesitating, second guessing yourself, maybe not being truthful to yourself, not taking action, maybe not taking an opportunity, not standing up that you would come to regret. So indecision's your bugbear. And really, I would say to you guys, really think things through. Get logical, get clear, get rational. We don't want any emotion in these cards. And once you're clear cut thinking, you know what it is you want to do, well, how will I get there? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I know in HR? It's about networking as well. Who do I know? Who's the head of that department that I can go? Who can I present my idea to? Because this is all about passion and drive and stamina, and as I say, he can get people on side. So don't waste your time second guessing yourself. Think it through, take the action, stand up and be counted. The opportunity, you may have to stand up and fight for it, but it will pay off. So great cards, actually, Gemini, for this week. And I hope the seeds are well and truly sown for your success. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, right, so now we're going to have Angels, Spirits, Guides. Please clear the energy and let us have some new cards for Cancer. What do Cancerians have to think about this week? What advice can you give them? What guidance for Cancer? Okay. First card up, Ace of Wands, cracking card. The Fool, another good card, new beginning. These are both new beginnings here. We've got the Five of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. You have two aces, so definitely new beginnings. And the Fool, he represents the new start, the new era, the new part of your journey, the new stage of your life. So and there's definitely something beginning for you. Now the Ace of Wands can be passion, creativity. It's also about job, career, travel. But it's about achieving something that I really, really, really want to do, as opposed to just taking a job or accepting something that it doesn't light me up. This card is fire. You know, this is wands are fire energy. They're absolutely passionate. So this is a very, very driven energy, and it's saying it's a brand new beginning. Ace of Swords, inspiration, action. So coupled with the passion, determination, the charisma to make something happen. I've got a vision, a dream, I'm going to go for it. This is the action card, but it's also the thinking card. It's the rational thinking. So it's about thinking things through. What do I need? Any obstacles that I need to use my sword to cut through? So he's a rational thinking card, and So together, you've really got the germ of something really starting this week. Is it somebody else's idea, somebody else's communication to you? So it's about really good communication skills as well. How can you communicate your dream, your passion, get it across to somebody else? So there's something happening, something will, it may not all happen this week, but the germ or the seeds will be sown this week, and this is all going to stand you in very good stead. Now, we've got a couple of interesting cards here. Well, we've 2 5s. So 5s are always about change and upheaval. So in the process of this new start, it's not without some problems. So the 5 of Swords is very much a card of winners and losers. And in this instance, you will be the winner. Okay? You're the victor here. So how far do you want to take it? How far off into the distance do you want to send your enemy or see the person off? That's entirely up to you. It would be asking you to assess how far are you prepared to go. Because you've won, you've got the moral high ground, you're the victor, but how far do you want to take it? How far do you are you really going to see somebody running off humiliated with their tail between their legs? That's entirely up to you. So you're a human being, free will, it's entirely up to you. It can indicate a little bit of self-conflict as well in regards to all the new, the start of something, a little bit of self-conflict. Do I, don't I? Am I sure? Am I unsure? And the 5 of Pentacles, I'm surprised to see that actually, because the other cards are so positive, so forceful, so vibrant, so full of life. And the 5 of Pentacles is saying, poor me. This is the card that it's the mindset, but it may be the driver in this instance about I need to get out of poverty. I need to get out of lack. But I would also say be careful, because you don't want your focus to be in lack. You want your focus to be in success. You want this the seeds that you're sowing this week to really be fantastic and really successful. So don't, in any negotiation, because this is also about communication, don't use anything that would indicate in the slightest that you feel sorry for yourself, that you've been hard done to, or you've been mistreated, you've been left out in the cold. This is a communication card. This is a being out in the cold card. So it can be when I felt left out. You don't need to bring it into the conversation. Keep it to yourself. Try and get over it, because you're moving on big time. These cards are full of movement and potential, and don't hold up or mar that potential with feeling sorry for yourself. So the 4 of Pentacles is, I think I said before in another for someone else, it can often be the little miser card, and I don't view him as that. I view him very much as cautious, and I view him as long-term thinking. But this is a card which will say, rein in the spending, be cautious about the pennies, and the pounds will take care of themselves. And he's very much about planning. So as I said to you, that I really don't view him as being tight. I think this is when I need to be sensible. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to save it in that particular pot with that particular bank, because they will give me a better interest rate. I can then get a mortgage. He's also a card, say, of pensions. So he's long-term thinking. And with the long-term thinking, you'll need that for these new beginnings. You'll need the finances to be secure. So plan wisely now, and you can actually apply it for your new start, whatever that's actually is which you're sowing the seeds for. Now I'm going to pull a spirit a soul card. I want to see what your angel spirits guides. What would be an energy block, or what would, oops. Oh, what would Cancers have to think about this week? Honesty. So it says here, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Now, this communication card here is swords represent our thoughts and what we actually believe in. So there may be some conflict, there may be some miscommunication, and so honesty would be the best policy here. And it would be saying that when you are communicating, communicate with it with complete honesty, because you're moving ahead now with this new beginning. I don't know what shape that's going to take. That's you will know what you're aiming to achieve, but do it honestly and with integrity, which represents this card here. Okay, so let me move on now, and we're moving on to Leo. Angel spirits, guys, let's have some cards, please, for Leo. What guidance do you have for Leo for the coming week, which is starting Sunday the 9th? Eight of Wands, brilliant start. Two of Cups, whoa. Ace of Wands. Nine of Swords. Eight of Cups. And the Star. Okay. Really interesting, because the Eight of Wands signifies success and it coming in quickly. And it might take you by surprise. And what might take you by surprise is this lovely card here, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is either... Now, this can be a new relationship that comes in that takes you by surprise. And so the surprise element could be you weren't looking for it, and you've realised there's a growing attraction, or it could be actually close to home under your own nose, and you just hadn't considered maybe possibly that person before. If you're in a relationship, it can be something deepens, changes, intensifies, consolidates, and it brings you close together, because this is a card of success. So the relationship, a partnership, is going to be really successful. Now, it can actually indicate a very successful career partnership as well. Now, this is why we sometimes need more cards, but I'm limited to what I can pull when I'm doing so many readings, and they're general like this. So the Ace of Wands, that can indicate very much the new passion that's come into my life, but it can indicate as well a new career move that I'm on fire with, that I'm really a new project, a new role. But whatever it is, whatever it represents to you, something that you're going to either work on with somebody else, or somebody that you're in a relationship with, or your new relationship is going to be absolutely successful. Now, the Eight of Wands can sometimes mean travel. So it can mean that this could be a long-term, long-distance relationship. You may have to travel and see each other. Or it can be somebody you've met online, because I'm finding that a lot in the cards at the moment, actually. But it may surprise you at the intensity of how this is actually happening, considering that you might not even have met in person. So this is what I'm saying, there's an element of surprise here. How can it get this intense when I've never actually met this person? Or you could have met them, they're closer to home, and it could be a career card as well. So I'm sorry, you need to see, this is a general reading. This is where it is not one size fits all, but I've got to say it for the collective. Now, you need to leave something behind here. We've got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups indicates something that you've maybe emotionally invested in. So it can be a friendship, a relationship, it can be a job, or anything that you feel tied to, that you've been emotionally attached to. And Spirit would be saying you need to draw a line. He's turning his back on the emotion, but it's time. And I'm not telling you it's time. This card is indicating that you will reach a point where you'll start to think, I think I've had enough. I think I've, so whatever this is in connection with, you'll know. Now, it's also about moving from the shadow into the light. So something that hasn't been working for you. And with all this new stuff going on, you might need to leave something behind. The Nine of Swords, I'd leave the worrying behind, personally. The Nine of Swords is a learned thinking style. It's when I am over anxious and I'm overthinking. And I always say analysis paralysis, when we get so stuck in our own heads, and we just, you know, we just can't get past it. So this is why I would say it's very important, Leo, that you share what is troubling you, because another viewpoint can just nip it in the bud like that. Share it with somebody, watch their face, watch their reaction, listen to their words. Are they saying to you, why would you, when you've got this beautiful energy here, why would you be afraid of offending somebody? Why would you be afraid of leaving that job if you've got this fantastic job offer here? Why would you be worried about your ex knowing that you've got a new relationship? So you would be worried about something that really you need to let go. Now you'll find your way. We've got the star. You're being guided. Not only is it a card of balance and emotional balance, so it's a card of knowing that you're being spiritually guided. You will see your way quite clearly. The whole, whatever is beginning to happen, whatever seeds are being sown this week for you guys, then you need to know the way will become really clear to you. And so I feel it's quite exciting. It's not all going to happen this week, although it might. But the seeds will be sown. Either something is there's something happening behind the scenes already, because it will become very, very clear to you. So really quite exciting, actually. I think yours has been the most exciting so far, Leo. But let's have a look. So I'm going to draw a soul card. What do you need to pay attention to? What could be a potential obstacle for you? Let's have a look. So love. So it's not so much an obstacle. You've just got to be aware of it. So very much the Two of Cups can be, and it actually does say, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So you're not seeing the good in all things with the Nine of Swords. You're catastrophizing possibly. You're worried and you're overdoing it, and it's maybe keeping you stuck. So try and be kind to yourself, more loving, more tolerant of yourself. And when you're cutting your cords and letting go of the past, do it with a loving heart. And the rest is just fabulous. Love it. Okay. See you next week. I hope that helps, and I hope you get some guidance from it. Right, so now we are going to Angels, Spirits, Guides. Can we have some cards, please, for Virgo? Can we have some guidance for the week for Virgo, please? Okay. The Hanging Man, perspective, the Page of Cups, and the World. Wow. The Empress. Whoa, you're getting some really big cards here. The Hierophant and the Five of Cups. Right. So out of those 6 little cards, we've got 2, 4 major arcana cards. So big, big cards. Now, the Hanging Man is all about perspective. You would be asked to reconsider how you're looking at something or how you're viewing something. Now, we've got the Page of Cups here. So somebody's coming in with an offer. It can be a first date, or it can be a young energy that is maybe asking you or telling you something. Now, it's cups, so it can be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. I know that okay, so Virgo, this is for you, but this person here can be one of those energies that's maybe coming to either offer you an apology, maybe give you some information, give you some news, and you're being asked, look at it from a different angle, because your first instinct may be to reject. I don't know why I'm thinking reject, but I felt as if I was seeing that. Now, we've also got the World, so there's a bigger, this is got much big, far-reaching consequences. Now, the World is also a card about travel, so this can be a younger person coming to maybe to say to you, I'm in two minds here, actually. I'm actually feeling as if I'm seeing it from a parent's point of view, and I'm hearing, I'm sort of experiencing an exasperated energy, as if I'm hearing something I don't like, and I feel like going, you want to go where? You want to do what? You know, it feels big. And at the same time, you're also being asked to consider what you're saying and try and look at it differently, because maybe this is someone trying to fulfill their live stream. So, but somebody still, it feels like they're coming in with an apology as well. So your cards this week, this can be the seeds of something that's very much in the future, because we've got the Empress here, which is major abundance. We've got the Hierophant, which is have faith in something coming, is going to be really happening. Now, the Empress, as you know, I've mentioned it before, it's not for everyone, but she does represent, she delivers abundance, she delivers everything. She represents delivering babies as well, so it can be a pregnancy card. It's coming out with have faith, so you may doubt, you may be in doubt about getting pregnant, or you may be in doubt about a pregnancy that you get news about, and you may be asked to look at it from a different point of view. Now, with the world here, we've got the Five of Cups, so we've got sorrow, so you might be feeling this is the end of the world here to get this news. What on earth? It's now, the Hierophant can represent not just faith, because he represents the church, but he's about conforming, and he's about our traditions, our way of doing things, how we're viewed. So this can very much be news of a pregnancy for you that you find really challenging, and it might make you feel upset. There might be a sense of loss of either innocence or potential. You might feel that somebody is giving up their future, their options for travel, the wonderful future that they had or had envisaged, or you had envisaged for them. But you would be urged to be looking at it from a different point of view, because this is a wonderful card, the Empress. So she actually delivers huge abundance. So you might be stuck in a mindset of thinking somebody's life is ruined and you're heartbroken by it. I mean, that's a card of sorrow and grief. And what is it, what's everyone else going, what they're all going to say about it as well. Bit of gossip. And so, but this card here would indicate you don't even know the joy that you have in store yet. You don't know the pleasure you're going to get from this. Right now, your thinking might be one of shock or limited belief thinking, So very challenging news, Libra. So, I'm not there, sorry. So I'm going to pull a soul card, and let's see what else is you have to think about from a soul perspective this week. Envy. Now this card actually, I really don't like this card. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I tend to view it as a really interesting point for law of attraction, because I always think if I look at somebody, and I caught myself saying it to my sister this week actually, how come she always manages to fall on her feet? And I heard myself saying it because this person's behaviour is absolutely atrocious and she seems to always get away with it. And I think to a certain degree I was thinking, crikey, I would never have gotten away with that. So I'm not envious of that person, not the slightest, but I think I'm observing that she had something, or she got a result that I hadn't. So I was noticing it, I was observing it. So I'm looking upon this card as a point of observation. And that point of observation is a great learning. It can be what am I missing here, or what would I like that maybe I've witnessed another person having, and it's highlighted something for me. I would like that. I would want that. So just saying. And it could be you want it to be all done very traditionally. This is a card of tradition as well. So you may want the news that you may receive, it might disappoint you or upset you, and it may go against your values, your family values, your community values. And don't be envious because other people's families all seem to be so perfect. No, we have no clue what goes on behind closed doors in other families' houses. So very, very interesting reading for you guys, Virgo, and hope that makes some sense. Right, let's move on now to Libra. Angel spirits, guys, can we have some cards, please, for Libra? What do Librans need to hear this week? What do they need to learn? What could stand them in good stead? Cards for Libra, please. Ace of Pentacles, great card. 10 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. The Empress, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, you're getting some big cards. And the Ace of Swords. So you've got two aces. You've got the Empress, who represents massive abundance, the 10 of Pentacles, the wish card of the Pentacles, which is security, safety, money, career, job, good relationships, health issues. So we've got two tens here. So something that might have felt very, very frightening, very scary, swords represent our thoughts and our beliefs, possibly something coming to an end. But the absolute freedom of that coming to an end is a huge payoff, huge result. You might not see it yet, but something really good is in the offing. And so this is an ending, but it's a beginning. And this is the beginning here of the ending of lack and the beginning of doing well, feeling good, happiness, joy, prosperity, super. Very much ties in with the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity, could be a windfall, and that windfall could allow you to do something else that you really want to do. Or it could be a new home, because Pentacles are about our earthly concerns, what we need to survive in the world. So it can be a new home, new job, and which ties in with all that. Say, I feel secure, I feel safe. Now we've also got the Ace of Swords. Now so two, incredible really. So the Ace of Swords is saying inspiration, knowledge, clarity, power, action. So this is about deciding how to move forward when you get this opportunity. What am I going to do with this windfall? How am I going to use it for the best? How am I going to make it work for myself and all my family? How am I going to achieve something? So it's about taking the emotion out of it and thinking something through very rationally, very logically, and achieving clarity, moving on. Now, the Four of Swords here is about taking time out to actually dig deep, get the clarity. Don't rush into anything. I'm not rushing here. Like he's flattening his back there. So he's not rushing into anything because he's taking the time out. What have I learned from recent events? So there's something coming in, something big for you, for Libras. Something really big, because the Empress is very much the abundance card. She delivers it all. She also is the pregnancy card. So it could be that you have been hoping and dreaming and praying to get pregnant, and with sitting beside the 10 of Pentacles, it can indicate your wish coming true. It won't be for everyone. It may be for some. The Empress also recognizes it. She also represents abundance in other areas, which is health, my friendships, my general relationships. It's about what abundance actually means to you personally as an individual. It's like health, wealth, and happiness is a sort of general rule of thumb. But there's a wish coming in here. New beginning. You'll see it very clearly. You'll know what to do. You won't hesitate. That's the light bulb moment. this is it. This is my moment. This is my chance. This is my opportunity. I'm going to go for it. So absolutely, absolutely terrific reading. So what I would be saying for you, Libra, is this might not all kick off this week, but the seeds will be sown this week, or it might start to come in. It might be happening all behind the scenes, but you need to know that generally things are beginning to go well. You do have that Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords can be, now swords representing as well communication. So there can be a breakdown in communication somewhere, or the ending of a communication totally with somebody. But they also represent our thoughts. So you might let go of a thought process. You might let go of lack. You might get out of the habit of saying to yourself, oh, it's never going to come right for me. Not when you've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Empress. So there's a big energetic shift in that. So let's pull a soul card and see what obstacle you may have, or not obstacle, what you may have to give a little bit of consideration to this week at a soul level. Okay, Libra. Patience. Now, I was just saying to you, hopefully you'll be moving out of that energy there, but you're going to have to have some patience. So this, it says here, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So it might have taken you ages to possibly get pregnant. It might have taken you ages to see that chest of coins there. You might have waited ages for this opportunity, or that windfall, or the inheritance to come in. But what have you learned in the process? Keep your patience. Things will happen when they're meant to happen. But it feels like it very much this week will be quite important. So I hope that made sense to you, Libra. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next week. So I'm going to leave off there and continue in another video because I'm beginning to feel a bit tired. So I will see you. And please remember, if you enjoy this, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.